Some people call me the Hoff. I was created by my Hoff father in a moment of weakness who got Hoff with my mother and created me. I'm very honored to be here this early. We just finished the show last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up this morning and said, who booked this? But you know what? I love this because college is super, super important. And it made a big difference in my life. And the theme of Knight Rider was one man can make a difference. Knight Rider was about might for right. It was about doing the right thing. And somebody once taught me that if you're blessed in life, it's your moral obligation to give that blessing to somebody else. You guys are all blessed. You're blessed because you're here. There's so many people that would love to be here, that would love to have a college education. Don't waste it. Somebody also said, don't run with the pack. You gotta lead the pack. If you want something done in your life, you gotta do it yourself. I have a bracelet here, and I live by this. It says, see it, believe it, and you'll live it. And you know, it's all about imagination. Sigmund Freud said, forget about logic, go back and read fairy tales, because you're only as good as your imagination. I mean, look at what the world has come to. Oh my gosh. I mean, cell phones, cell phones back in the 80s. The first one I got was this big, with a big antenna. And I was walking around with this thing going, Dad, I'm talking to you from the zoo. We're shooting Knight Rider in the zoo and I'm on a cell phone. And it was unbelievable. And look at how far things have come. I mean, right now, television, I think, is on its way out. Movies are on its way out. You're going to be watching everything on your telephone, just like you're doing right now. You know, so you got to stay ahead of the pack. You know, and the best part about college is meeting new people, getting involved in clubs, and having a good time. Don't party too hard, but you have to party. Because this is the time to do it. Get it out of your system, and then find a direction, and find something that you believe in. If you can sing, follow your dream. If you can act, follow that. If you can play guitar, or if you're into technology, follow what your God-given talent is. Back in the 80s, there was no reality television. It was just real. We did a show called Knight Rider, and Knight Rider was canceled, and I had to figure out a way to get a job. I couldn't get a job, so I shipped 2 Knight Rider cars over to Germany, actually Austria, that my dad bought, figuring if they wouldn't come and see me, they'd come and see the Knight Rider car. So I went over there singing the corniest song ever called, I am the Night Rocker, I'm gonna rock you all night long, on top of a car. Well, that turned into 40 gold and platinum records and a song called Looking for Freedom, which was #1 for 8 weeks at the same time the Berlin Wall came down. And I was honored enough, because I was an American, to go through Checkpoint Charlie and see how the people lived behind the wall. There was a gentleman by the name of Dean Reed. Go look him up. It's an amazing story. He was a guy who sang for freedom, and he was killed, they think, by the Stasi. And I was kind of enamored with his life story, so I went behind the wall and met some people, and I said, do you know me as the guy who talks to the car? And they said, no, you're the man who sang for freedom. And on New Year's Eve, 1989, my dream was blown out of proportion, because I sang to 1 million people at the reunification party, and the song was called Looking for Freedom. And it's only because I asked. They called me on the phone and said, would you sing the song on television? I said, sure, it's my hit song. I said, no, I want to sing it on the Berlin Wall. Figuring they'd say no. They had to get Helmut Kohn and Chancellor of Germany and the Chancellor of East Germany, Hanukkah, to agree. And they both agreed, and I sang Looking for Freedom to 1 million people on the wall. So it was a pretty amazing event. Should we play that song? Do you guys want to hear a little of that song? I'll just sing a little bit of it. Okay, hit it. One morning into some 20 years ago, I was born a rich man's son. I had everything that Betty Los Angeles, and the little show came around. Thank you. There were let me show you how music brings the world together. There were 1 million people there. That was like Woodstock. My ex-wife was hoisted up on the wall with my daughter in her stomach, and the